All right, here we go, my friends. Here we go. All right, now we're good. Now we're good. Let me just, as usual, pop things up here, make sure we're rocking, rolling, ready to go, get the push notifications out, all that good sort of stuff. So hang with me here for just a sec. All right, post of the day. There we go. Get this ready to roll. All right, there we go. Awesome. 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 Discard. All right. Here we go. Always takes a minute. Once you actually like press go live, it always takes a minute here to get things rolling because like there's multiple things you got to do. Everyone tags, push notifications, all that other stuff. So let's get the push notification out first. Okay. Boom. You guys should have that now, probably in about 5 seconds or so. So comment push once you guys see the actual push from your app. What's up, Mary, Mark, Bill? How are you guys? There it is right there. I was pretty freaking accurate. Love being accurate, on point. All right, now we're going to do the old everyone tag here in the group. So, hey, everyone. Okay. Join us live now. Boom, 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 boom. All right, cool. We're out there. So if you guys get the tag in your Facebook notifications, comment the word tag. If you guys get the push from the app, meaning you got the live now push, comment push. If you guys got both, comment both. Let me know. Let me know how you're getting notified that we are live, kicking ass and taking names. So cheers, guys. It is officially Thursday. Awesome week rolling out so far. And a lot of awesomeness happening. You guys remember yesterday I was just shouting out so many new people getting new sales, which was absolutely awesome. So love seeing first timers get sales. Now we got some cool things going on today. Okay, we got some cool things going on. I'm going to do my best, my very best to keep today short and sweet because I personally have a lot going on today. I have meetings, I have appointments, I have content. I have a lot of crap going on today, man. A lot of stuff. It's all good stuff though. It's all good stuff. So, but I got to get to it and I got to try to keep today short. So, I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to do my best, but sometimes when I start talking, the words start flowing. I just roll with it. I just roll with it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just kind of roll with it. So, and it was funny. I was actually chatting, I believe, with Shannon the other day, and we were talking about like how sometimes you just press record and whatever comes out, and those are typically your best pieces of content. And that's, I feel like a lot of times that's kind of what happens here. That's what happens in these live videos. A lot of time that's what happens in my YouTube videos, my short form videos as well. But these videos here, and I want you guys to know this too, and this is like the absolute truth. Going into these live videos, when I do these Monday through Friday live trainings, 99% of the time, I don't know what I'm going to talk about until I press record. Occasionally, like today, I'll give you guys an example. Like I have today right here. I got it written down. I got to switch my camera so I can see myself here. So right down at the bottom, every single day, it says right here, it says 10 a.m. live. Most of the time it says 10 a.m. live, and there's literally no notes beside it. I just press record, and whatever comes out, comes out. And I want you to realize for you, like the more you put out pieces of content, the more you guys do this, the more you guys put yourself out there, the more you guys stay consistent. When you press record, it'll just get easier and easier and easier. Okay, so I want you to realize that. And then, okay, I also made a couple of notes right here. Okay, I made a couple of notes to specifically things I want to bring up. And what's funny is, I wrote a note down here. My writing is so bad. I literally have Dr. Scribble. I truly have Dr. Scribble, and I have live something, and I can't. Oh, live. That's what I wanted to talk about. Live. Yeah. Okay. I remember that. That's what I wanted to talk about. Going live, doing something. So I want to talk about two specific things here that I wrote down that I wanted to mention. And that's it. Other than that, like occasionally it's like a note, it's a bullet, it's just like one word. I literally wrote one word down here, comparing, and that one word will trigger what I'm going to talk about today. But that's usually it. That's usually it when I do these lives. It's just like I press record and whatever we talk about is what we talk about. Sometimes I'll be on for 20 minutes. Sometimes we're here for almost an hour. And, you know, it's just funny what comes out, because like you get to a point where it's like you've been doing this for so long. And we've been talking about this really all week long, where it's like the people that are having true success in the industry, making crazy amounts of money, have just been doing it longer than anybody else. And I've shared that with other people, in other pieces of content. The reason why I get the results that I do, the reason why I have a full-time income, and the reason why I have a full-time income, and I've had it for many years, is it's really two simple things. So we'll kind of start out today here with this, and I want you guys to realize this. The reason for me personally, now I'm not talking about, Kirsty or Catherine or Bill or anybody else that's making a full-time income here on our team, but it all ties together. The reason why I get the results that I do, and I want you to think about this, maybe make a note, maybe just kind of jot this down in the back of your brain. But the reason why I'm able to get the results that I do, the same reason that allows me to work here from home and literally do this and hang out with you guys, and like, this is my living, this is what I get to do. The reason why I get to do it is, number one, I take more action than most people are willing to take. Okay? So that's number one. So ask yourself what we've talked about all week and what we continue to talk about weekly here is, are you doing everything you can? Are you putting in the work? Number two, okay, is I stay in it longer. And it's as simple as that. Number one, why do I get the results that I do? Number one, I take more action than most people are willing to take. Number two, I stay in it longer, meaning I don't quit. I never give up. I never stop moving forward. And when we do these lives, guys, I always like to keep it as simple for you as possible. And getting results in this business, when you boil it all down, is not difficult. When you're new, or as they say in certain businesses, when you're green, right? When you're new, what do they call those? Like the greenhorns on The Deadliest Catch, like the rookie, right? First timer. Same thing in like the oil business, or like the worm, whatever they say. If you guys are watching Landman, new show, it's pretty good. But the rookies, when you're a newbie and you're just starting out, it's easy to get frustrated with the little details. It's easy to get frustrated with, I got to figure out hashtags and when to post and editing my videos and how do I set up my forwarding domain and like all this techie stuff. That's simple crap, guys. That is simple stuff. And it may not seem like simple. Maybe it may seem overwhelming to you. Maybe you're not that techie, but if you follow the videos step by step, it can be very simple. And when we drill it all the way down to what you really need to do to win in this business, is those two specific things that I just gave you. Outwork everybody else. Put in more work. Show up every day. Do the work. And number two, don't stop. Keep moving forward every single day. Don't be like everybody. Those two things right there. Those two things alone. In other words, don't be like everybody else. Number one, outwork the person next to you. Outwork everybody that you're talking to. Outwork everyone that you see in this industry. Just outwork them. Put in more work. Show up. Put out more consistent content. Put out content, period. And number two, do that consistently and don't ever stop. And then it's just a matter of time. Like, you take out the if. The if's gone. It's not if this is going to work. You take it away. It goes away. The chances of you failing or quitting go away if you do those two things. Now, that to me is pretty freaking simple. It's pretty simple. Why am I still here 7 years later? Why am I still making a full-time income online 7 years after I got started? Because I'm consistent as hell and I don't stop moving forward. End of story. End of effing story. That's it. Keep your sugar honey iced tea. You can figure out the acronym there. Keep your stuff simple, guys. Keep your focus simple. Keep your strategies simple. Keep your determining reasons simple. Keep your outlook simple. Keep your focus simple. So everybody comment simple down below right now. Comment simple. Okay? Keep it simple. Stop overcomplicating it with, I can't figure stuff out. Yeah, you can. You got the friggin' internet at your fingertips. Stop saying you can't figure stuff out. You literally have the world's largest Encyclopedia Britannica at your fingertips that has every single piece of information you could ever want to know about making money online right here on your little device. And you're going to say you don't know how to do something? Nah, just stop. It's all just excuses. What it really is simplicity. How bad do you want it, and are you going to go do the work to get it? That's pretty simple. That right there is pretty simple. Okay. So, you guys got the post of the day. At this point, do I even need to go demo this for you? Do I really need to go demo the post of the day for you? I mean, I can. We've done this 1,000 times. I can. Maybe I will if some of you guys need the help today. Let me know. Comment below. If not, if you guys know how to do the post of the day, just comment all good down below. If I see any other comments, maybe I'll go do it. Okay? If you guys need help showing you guys how to do that. Or you could be resourceful. You could be resourceful and you could go back and look at any other Thursday live that we've done on our training list, which is in your app, in your team training site. You go to the replay list, the live replay list, and go watch any other Thursday post of the day. And I could go, you'll see me do it. All you got to do is literally just go do it. Simple as that. So the two things that I did want to talk about today, my commitment to myself in 2025, one of those things, remember we talked about this? We talked about, like I said, what are two determining factors that helped me net the most amount of sales? Two determining factors. Okay. Anybody remember what those were? I said, what were the two determining factors for me personally? I talked about this. I shared the story with you. When I reflected back and I'm recycling forward, reflect back what worked well, recycle forward, make sure I use those things going forward because they work. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. What were those two things? Okay. Can anyone remember what those two things were? When I reflected back and I'm recycling forward, what were those two specific things that I shared with you that I'm going to be doing? I did one of those yesterday for the first time in a very long time. I did one of those yesterday, and I'm going to continue to do that. I even think Josh was on there with me on my TikTok channel. Okay. What were those two things? So going live was one of them. Okay. Going live was one of them. What was the other thing? The two things that stood out the most when I looked back over the years and I said, when I was at my highest, when I was bringing in the most amount of sales, what two things stood out? Okay. So yeah, short form video. Specifically, we talked about going live. Okay. Going live, short form video. Yes, correct. And using the lower ticket offer. So the $20 funnel, right? So short form video, I think I had live in there. So maybe three things. And using the lower ticket offer versus the higher ticket offer. So what I want to share with you guys today is when I went live yesterday. Now, granted, I haven't gone live in a very long time. So when I went live, I'm just going to be honest with you, just going to be straightforward. Like I didn't have huge engagement on my TikTok channel because, like, number one, I didn't post a video. And usually I post a video and then I go live because, like, while people are checking out your new video, plain and simple, the way that the algorithms work on social is once you post a video and then you go live, you're going to get a little more engagement in the algorithm because like, you're kind of doing multiple things at once. And especially if you are posting consistently and you are putting out consistent content, it's usually around the same times, the algorithm kind of knows that. So I didn't do any of that last night. I literally just pressed live because I needed to get out of my shell. I needed to step up and basically do what I said I was going to do. So when I look out to 2025, my focus is live, short form videos, and and rolling with the lower ticket offer versus the higher ticket offer. Okay. So when I went live, I want to give you guys something to think about here. Now you can do this going live. And I would strongly suggest if you are going to go live, you do kind of weave this in there. But otherwise, you could also weave this into a piece of content, which I also think would be really cool. Now, really quick, speaking of content, how many of you guys yesterday went out and made that content hack that I gave you guys yesterday? Comment the word content if you guys used the content that I gave you. Remember, which is my free tutorial. Here's what happened. If you want access to this, here's your call to action. How many of you guys did that? Comment the word content if you guys did that yesterday. I went ahead and made 2 versions of that yesterday. Or was it more? I think it was 2. Actually, no. Was it 2? Was there 4? I think I made 4 versions of that yesterday. Okay. So just question for you, asking you guys. Okay. So how many of you guys did that? Okay, content did 2. Awesome. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. You made 4 of them. Awesome job. So some of you guys did it. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so when I was live yesterday, I asked a really cool question, which I thought was a really cool question, okay? And I'm going to ask you guys the same question right now. I'm going to ask you guys this. And this is a question that if you guys go live or in your content, you guys can play around with this so much. I was talking about looking out to 2025, right? And I was kind of polling the room. I was asking people like, hey, how many of you guys would like to, be able to work from home full time in 2025, right? How many of you guys that are watching right now, like if you could make, and this is while I was live on TikTok. And like I said, again, you could do this during a live, or you could do this in your own short form video, or you could even do this on a YouTube video if you want. Take this and play with it as much as you want. But I was asking people as we look out to, and the timing on this is really good right now, by the way, as we look out to 2025, if you could make a full-time income from home and you could work right there from home by having your own at-home business in 2025, paying you a full-time salary, and it's your own actual business, right? How much do you think you would initially have to invest up front to have a fully functional business that is paying you a full-time salary in 2025? How much do you think you would have to invest to get started? So I asked that question, and the answers were very interesting. I'll tell you that. So I'm going to ask you guys that. Like, I want you to think about that question for a second. If you had a business that you ran out of your home, and it was a fully functioning business that paid you a full-time salary, how much do you think you would have to invest into your business right now to get that started to have a fully operational full-time business from home in 2025? So if you were watching that live and you heard me ask that question, and you heard somebody else ask that question, where would your head go? What type of answer would you put? How much money do you think someone would have to invest to have a fully functioning business that pays you a full-time salary in 2025? How much would you have to invest, right? What do you guys think? And you think, and this really kind of gets people's mind spinning, right? Now, you guys know the obvious answer. You guys know the obvious answer. But to the person watching, the average person outside of TFT, they don't know those things. They don't know, what they would be investing. What they know is what they see and hear out there. There's the $900 thing. There's the $2,500 thing. There's so many different businesses and things out there that they could invest into that they probably have no idea what they're actually getting for what they're investing. But yeah, I agree with Shannon there. I would think thousands. And yeah, and somebody actually commented this on my video last night. They said that they initially invested about $40,000 into a business when they first got started, as did I. Back in 2016, my very first online business ever, I invested $17,000 to start. $17,000 to start. And then another multiple thousands of dollars in paid advertising. And I lost all of it. Okay, so I want you guys to think about that right there. So when people, like, where does someone's mind go when you talk about investing into a business and the type of business that can be successful enough to make them a full-time income working from home? So you think businesses, you might think of tools and service and products and all of those things. What would those things cost? Okay. And you can talk about that subject. You can ask people that question, and you're going to get some crazy answers. Okay. And then what you can do is you can say, hey, I'm going to share with you what I use to make income from home. And you guys could be using the same exact thing. And you could do this without falling down the side hustle rabbit hole and buying courses and coaching programs and ebooks, spending hundreds or thousands of dollars. I'm going to show you the same thing that I use that anybody can use. And it's not what you think, right? And you got to tell people that. And then, of course, you could tell them that it's literally just $9.95 to start. If you want a fully functional, everything you need, all-in-one business and an app that you could run from your home in 2025, yeah, you could get started right now for literally $9.95. What do you think of that? I think that's a great lead-in for a video, a piece of content, a short-form video, a YouTube video, a live. Ask people straight up. How much do you think you would have to invest to have a fully functioning at-home business in 2025 paying you a full-time income? How much do you think you would have to invest? And then you can literally spell it out for them. So when I went live yesterday and when I go live today, because I'm going to go live again, when I go live today, I'm going to use that same exact topic. I'm going to go live at a different time today. Last night I went live. Today I'm going to go live during the day, maybe this morning when I'm done here. And I'm going to go live again and I'm going to use that same topic. So I want you guys to think about that. Think about it. Okay. Now, the other thing I want to talk about today too is I want you to also think about what else is out there in the world of whatever we want to call this niche. Some people call it a niche. I call it a niche. I think the correct pronunciation is niche. I think. I've heard people say both, but I think it's niche. Either way, I'm going with niche. When you look at what else is out there in the niche, how much you have to invest, and what the income potential actually is. I'm going to be honest here, like when you see other businesses out there, when you see other people out there on making money online, whether it be on Facebook, whether it's on YouTube, TikTok, or whatever. This is why, I mean, you guys know me, right? At this point, like this is why I love data. Just straight up data. Forget about opinion. Forget about flashy, all the crap that gets your attention with making money online. Okay? Because the shiny wrapper can look really great. Okay? Shiny wrappers can look really great. So if you've ever seen a shiny wrapper out there, comment the word shiny down below. Meaning you've watched a video And it's like, oh my gosh, that looks amazing. I could go do that. I could make money. That looks so much easier than what I'm doing now. If you've been ever like appealed by something because of a shiny wrapper, meaning it looks great on the outside, comment the word shiny. We all have. We all have. We all get pulled in by this every single day. We all get lured by this every single day. We all get attracted to this every single day, those shiny wrappers out there. Oh my gosh, people saying, oh my gosh, I just made $900 in one sale. Yay. Or, oh my gosh, I just made X amount of money in a week. I made X amount of money in a month. I made, doing this. I get to do this full time. Like the shiny wrapper always looks great. Always looks good. A lot of you guys commenting shiny, of course. Okay. The shiny wrapper is very attractive. But you guys hear this all the time, right? How many times, comment the word book if you guys have heard this phrase. Don't judge a book by its cover, right? Comment the word book if you guys have heard that phrase. Don't judge a book by its cover. Same thing goes in the online space, my friends. Same thing applies. Don't judge the business by the shiny wrapper. What do you judge it by? If you're not going to judge it by the shiny wrapper, what do you judge it by? You judge it by the data. You judge it by the results. You judge it by, the proof, the documentation. That's what you judge it by. Okay? And if that makes sense, comment makes sense right now. Comment makes sense if that makes sense. You judge a business by the results that it gets. And this is why I kind of love sharing this with people. And I recently did a comparison video, and I've done several comparison videos. Now, I'm not saying you guys can go out and do this if you want. You guys can certainly go out and do this. You can maybe talk about this in a short form video, whatever you guys want to do. I'm just giving you the data, okay, so you guys can understand it. So many shiny wrappers out there. So many shiny wrappers. But when you peel off the wrapper and you look at the actual numbers themselves, what does the data tell you? Okay? So I want you to comment that right now. What does the data tell me? Meaning you. What does the data tell me? So I'm not going to go poo-pooing on any specific business here, but I just did a comparison video yesterday, and I've done multiple comparison videos comparing the MyEcon compensation plan to other very popular companies out there and their compensation plans, okay? And I literally show side by side. I draw it out on a dry erase board. I show one company's compensation plan. I say, this is it. You can see it. It's right on their website. And then I show the MyEcon compensation plan. This is it. It's right on their website. Here it is, black and white proof. Boom, one compensation plan versus the other. So you take away the shiny wrapper. And now you're just looking at numbers. You're looking at data. And there's several things that you need to look at and just be aware of in the back of your mind when you see all these shiny wrappers out there. Number one, how many people are actually having success with this opportunity? I'm not just saying for MyEcon. I'm just saying for, MyEcon or TFT. I'm saying with all the businesses out there. Okay, how many people are having true, consistent success? How long have they been having that success? And then lastly, how much money are they actually making? So I just did a comparison video yesterday with a very, very, very popular company. A popular company that has over 1 million members. And great shiny wrapper. Beautiful shiny wrapper. Like unbelievable shiny wrapper. One of the shiniest wrappers in the industry right now. Low entry point, just like us. Low entry point, big commission claims, like huge commission claims, monster commission claims. One of those commission claims is you could literally invest, it says I think one of the original commission claims was you could make $2,000 a month without sponsoring a single person. So I want you to think about that for a second. That's a huge shiny wrapper claim. Make $2,000 a month without sponsoring a single person. This was all over social media for a long time. Now, I want you to think about that for a second. How can you make money without sponsoring anyone? Well, the reality is you can't. But more importantly here, what does the data tell you? With a company that has over 1 million members, how many people right now, today, are making $2,000 a month without sponsoring a single person? How many people are actually making that money based on that claim, based on that shiny wrapper right now? I'll tell you how many. 0. None. So that's what the data tells me. Not the shiny wrapper. Not the shiny wrapper over here. That's what the data tells me. And nobody has proved it yet. I haven't seen one single ounce of evidence or proof yet. Not one single piece of documentation. But again, once you remove the shiny wrapper, when I specifically looked at the compensation plan, I said I got my econ compensation plan over here on one side, I got the other compensation plan over here on the right side. And here's how I decided, and I looked at, and I've done this with all the other side-by-side comparisons that I've done, is I do a base of, if you help 3 people who get 3 people, okay, and then that goes down to 1,000 people. So help 3 who get 3 who get 3, and that cascades down to 1,000 people. If you take away the fast start, because fast starts are different. Some people it's 100, some people it's 20, some people it's 25, some people it's 50. If you take away the fast starts, meaning the day that you join, how much money would you make on the renewal every 30 days? That's what I compared. About as apples to apples comparison as you could possibly get. How much would you make on the renewal if you went with one business versus another? No shiny wrapper, no fast starts, no like varying bonuses, just straight up data based on the compensation plan and what it actually pays. So am I making sense so far, guys? Comment makes sense if that makes sense. If that makes sense so far. So we're just straight up help 3 who get 3. And this is regardless of the different styles of compensation plans, whether it be matrices or binaries or unilevels or whatever it is. There's multiple different ways to earn. We're just looking at help 3 who get 3 down to 1,000 people. How much money would you be making? And I'll give you guys the data that I just did. And this is what you need to just know and understand. The reason why I'm sharing this story with you is so you know and understand the difference of the actual data once you remove the shiny wrapper. What can you actually make? So we know in my econ, based on the data and the compensation plan and based on the proof that there's people actually earning this income, okay? If you had 1,000 people on your team, that would put you at, and you sponsored 3, right? And you had 1,000 people on your team, that would put you at CEO Infinity, the highest rank in my econ. So if you understand that, comment CEO, okay? And by the way, so much for making this quick, but it's all good. We're hanging out, we're having fun. So help 3 who get 3, cascaded down to 1,000, would put you specifically at CEO Infinity in my econ. Now, this other opportunity that I compared it to yesterday, great shiny wrapper, lot of big money claims, lot of hype, lot of hype, lot of hype. You get, if you did the help 3 who get 3 over in this other company here, that would put you at the level of bronze. Okay, bronze. Now, does that really mean anything to you or anybody? No, not really. It just puts you at the level of bronze. Because in order to get to the next rank up, whatever it is, gold or whatever, I don't even know, you had to personally sponsor 10 people. But if you only sponsored 3 people, that would leave you at bronze. And then in your matrix, this compensation plan that's over here that I compared it to, they have a matrix, and 1,000 people, for each person, instead of my econ, instead of being it multiplied by a dollar amount, which as an example in my econ, you're going to get an average between $6 and $13.30. So I took an average of $9. So 1,000 people, and you can do the math, 1,000 people times $9 on average is what? What does that math equate to? 1,000 people times $9 a person. You can do the math. Over here, 1,000 people times their renewal, which is $9.95 per month. But you don't get that. That math, you only get 2.5% per person. 2.5% per person per renewal. So if the renewal is $9.95 and you times that by 1,000 people, okay, you're talking what? $9,995, right? Now times that by 2.5%. $9,000 or, almost $10,000 times 2.5%. It's about $250. $250. So over here, you could have 1,000 people renewing every single month on your team, and you're making about $250. That shiny wrapper ain't so shiny anymore, is it? You tell me. How shiny is that wrapper now? That big shiny wrapper that had all these big bold income claims. Saying, oh my gosh, you can make thousands of dollars per month without having to sponsor anybody. Well, what does the data tell you? What do the black and white numbers tell you? 1,000 people renewing at $9.95 a month times 2.5%. 2.5% of $10 is not a lot of money. So that equates to a little bit less than $250 a month for 1,000 people on your team. My econ over here, 1,000 people on your team renewing at a $9 commission for you. 1,000 people times $9. I mean, that is a huge no-brainer. And this is what a lot of people don't think about when you look at the shiny wrapper. You see all these other great shiny wrappers out there. All these other great shiny wrappers. People making money. Oh, we got the best pay plan. You're going to make so much money. Pardon me to be straight up honest with you here, but strip away the bullshit. Straight up, guys. Strip away the bullshit. Strip away the hype. And what does the data tell you? What do the numbers tell you? My econ is a no frickin' brainer. Based on the data. Take my opinion out of it. My opinion doesn't matter. What does the black and white numbers tell you? And it's funny too, because I've done these comparison videos. I did a comparison video a couple of weeks ago, and the CEO of this company was dropping hate in my comments on YouTube. And he's like, oh, Daniel, this is all well and great, but he's like, you didn't factor in this, 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 and this, and this, and this. And I just replied back simply, I said, dude, you're talking about variables. You're talking about, and the specific comparison that I did a couple of weeks ago was with a health and nutrition company. And he's like, oh, well, people buy products and people buy supplements. And I said, no, not everybody buys supplements. People buying supplements is a variable. It's not something that everybody does. It's not. Everybody, black and white data, everybody pays their monthly membership. That's a given. If you want to be an active member, you pay your membership. But not everybody buys travel. Not everybody buys supplements. Not everybody buys the additional products and services. And this CEO is trying to comment on my video that, oh, I didn't factor that in. Well, of course I didn't factor that in, because not everybody's going to do that. It's the same thing with my econ. There's all kinds of a la carte stuff that you could purchase in my econ. You could purchase the cash flow manager. You could be an FSM and you could purchase the travel membership. Doesn't mean you're going to do it. It's there if you want to buy it, but you don't have to. So when you strip away the shiny crap and you just look at the data, what does the data tell you? You guys need to understand what you have at your fingertips. You guys need to understand how powerful this compensation plan is. And it's not powerful because it's my opinion and I'm calling it powerful. I'm calling it powerful because compared to multiple other companies out there, it is one of the best compensation plans in the industry, if not the best that I've ever seen. There's no pay plan that pays higher per person on paper than what we have. Period. And you can't friggin' argue it. You could jump up and down with the pom-poms and be the best cheerleader and say all this hype from all these other companies. Oh, we got 1 million members. Who cares? Your comp plan sucks. Data. It's just data. Oh, we got 1 million members. Good for you. Good for you. 1 million members means jack shit if your pay plan pays like crap. All these other companies out there too, boasting they have phenomenal compensation plans. I don't care. What does the numbers tell you? So again, just more tools for your tool belt, my friends. What does the data tell you? Which pay plan pays the biggest based on the data? Take the opinions out, peel back the shiny wrapper. What do the numbers tell you? It's pretty simple. Remember, we talked about that in the beginning. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. My econ compensation plan. That's simple. It's pretty simple. And it pays awesome, especially when you compare it to all the shiny wrappers out there. And as I said in my videos, don't hate the data. Don't hate the numbers. You want to hate on me for talking about it? You want to hate on me for sharing this and exposing the data? Sure, fine, go for it. Don't hate the data. The data doesn't lie. It is what it is. So I want you guys to think about that. And that's, I literally had, some of my other compensation plan reviews out there. I mean, I had some hate. I had some people that were being like, oh, you suck, this comp plan's great, blah. It's like, I mean, it's just data. It's just numbers. That's all it is. That's all it is. So think about that, guys. Think about that. So, my friends, that is it for today. Gonna wrap up. Gonna call it a day. And I want you guys to think about that. Think about what we talked about. Think about taking some of this stuff and using it in your content, okay? So when we look out to 2025, asking people if they want to invest in a business, how much do they think that would cost them? Is it hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, all of those things? How much would that cost them? Use that in your content. Think about the data, stripping away the shiny wrappers, stripping away all this other stuff that looks fancy and flashy out there online, and think about what you actually have at your fingertips. You have an incredible pay plan that, based on the numbers, based on the 20 years of proof and experience and documentation, you have something that is incredibly solid and that is proven and documented, especially compared to everything else that's out there. Also, one more thing to consider when I'll leave you guys with this. All of these other companies that are out there that are getting compared to, that you might get distracted by these shiny wrappers. Most of these, not all, but most of these other opportunities and most of these other companies out there are less than 2 years old. Also something to think about. Also something to consider. Most of these other companies Most of these other shiny wrappers are less than 2 years old. My econ, 20 years in the business. Been around, very solid, not going anywhere. It's as simple as that, my friends. As simple as that. So, appreciate you. Get out there. Keep crushing it. And we'll see you guys live tomorrow. Have an awesome, epic, and amazing day. Go push, push, push really, really hard, guys. Keep pushing. We're in the grind zone right now. There's nothing flashy going on right now. There's no Cyber Mondays. There's no Black Fridays. There's no nothing. It is literally just head down, grinding, putting in the work, and making it happen, guys. That's it. That is literally it. So let's get to work. Let's go make it happen. We'll see you guys live tomorrow.